Hello, Wabash. This is Plain Daily reporter Nick Van Heest giving you a quick look at the newspaper on Friday, May 9th, 2014, through tomorrow's headlines. In case you're unaware, you can also access our articles ahead of time online at www.wabashplaindealer.com, while links to the online articles can be found on our Facebook and Twitter pages. Well, leading off in tomorrow's front page comes a story I put together based off the North Manchester Town Council meeting I attended last night. At the meeting, Town Manager Dan Hannaford talked about the town's trash and recycling program. They are due for a new contract in July, and Hannaford explained to the rest of the council that with the current providers, they'll probably have to pay another $500 per month for the whole town. The current contract costs about $23,000 per month. So they talked a little bit about what they want to do as far as to extend, to try a different provider, but they decided they will reach a final decision when it's closer to the July deadline for that. Our centerpiece in tomorrow's front page comes from reporter Eric Seaman. Thursday afternoon here in town, Richard Ford was honored at a memorial service at the Honeywell Center's Ford Theater. During the service, there were several personal remarks made from Ford's family members, as well as music performed by world-renowned opera soprano Sylvia McNair and other musicians, and also some prayers, including one from Kurt Freeman, who's the pastor of Wabash First United Methodist Church. Our third story on tomorrow's front page comes from managing editor Joseph Slation. He attended the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting, and they talked about the Wabash City Street Department crews that hauled away about 150 tons of stuff to the landfill after cleanup. So members of the board praised City Street Department Superintendent Scott Richardson and his crew for all their hard work on that. And then our fourth front page story is another one I put together about a benefit concert for Ari Halderman that will take place on Saturday at 6 o'clock p.m. at Wabash Friends Church. Ari Halderman and his family live in Eugene, Oregon, but his father, Colby Halderman, grew up here in Wabash. But Ari is just 8 months old, but he has been struggling with brain cancer due to stemming from a tumor that they removed. So the family has been struggling with medical bills, and a lot of Colby Halderman's friends and connections here in town wanted to get together and put together a concert to raise money for the family. And then our final front page story comes from Joe Slation again. It's about a new display over at the Wabash County Historical Museum, which is honoring the 1947-1948 Chester High School men's basketball team. Joe talked to Dick France about the exhibit. At the time, the Chester team went 27-1 during that season, which was remarkable considering they only had 152 students, and they beat teams from Marion and Kokomo, who both had 1,000 to 2,000 students. As for our sports page in tomorrow's paper, sports editor Justin Shockey brings a quick recap of the ceremony which named Wabash Baseball Field Maintenance Building after Orrin Wagner for his service as the groundskeeper for 19 years. And then Justin brought another quick recap about Northfield baseball team's 3-2 victory over Wabash on Wednesday. And then also on the sports page, there's a quick recap of the Southwood baseball team's loss to Rochester, and also the Manchester baseball team's loss to Whitco. And then finally, there's a quick softball roundup of the Southwood team's loss to Rochester and the Northfield softball team's victory over Wabash. And then the last sports story is a tennis recap of the Northfield and Manchester tennis team's wins against Bluffton and Huntington North, while the Southwoods tennis teams lost to Eastern. Well, this concludes tomorrow's headlines. Have a great day, everyone.